In a prior video, I talk about functional abilities and what this means for the population that has cognitive impairment. Well, functional abilities, it is just like it sounds, the ability to function, but in what context? Well, in neuropsychology, we understand that humans have a wide range of abilities, so we try to sort of break it down into more objective ways to communicate it between healthcare providers. Therefore, we want to know if the abilities are commensurate to the person's health, age, and particular lifestyle. Although some abilities are so basic that they should cut across health, age, and lifestyle in order to keep the person afloat with minimal assistance or no assistance. So that would be considered someone who is independently living. We don't consider a child to be able to independently live, and therefore we look at that across the lifespan. That's why I mentioned the factors like age and lifestyle. So in the United States, healthcare professionals and researchers have decided that functional abilities are best represented by the things we do most every day. So these are bathing, toileting, dressing, eating, and these are thought to be basic activities of daily living. You'll see the acronym BADL. So that's what, if you're reading a medical report, that you might see BADL thrown around, and that's just what that means: eating, dressing, bathing, toileting, which is very basic, lowest level. Additionally, slightly more complex functional skills that might be communicated in a report between providers are skills that assess more independent living skills. So they're not just the bottom rung, but they're a little higher order, but still necessary for independent living. Such would be shopping for groceries, cooking, cleaning, using the telephone, driving, managing medications, managing finances, making sure the lights don't get shut out, exercising sound judgment in personal affairs and major life decisions. You might hear of things like conservators, and this is a person that is assigned to help someone else who might not have the best ability to exercise sound judgment, either because of a psychiatric condition or a neurological condition or brain injury. I think there's some news about Britney Spears having a conservator and whether or not she should and whether or not this is appropriate. That's just a more popular example. I obviously do not have all the details on that situation, nor her medical evaluation, psychological or neuropsychological evaluation. But that's an example of what a conservator is, someone that might need to step in when the person is not exercising these sound abilities to take care of themselves independently. And you might need someone who has those abilities to sort of co-sign off on these decisions. You can see how this might be important with things like medication management in the elderly population, because, for instance, the medications are designed to help them keep on going, but if they can't remember because of a memory impairment to take them at this certain time of day that they're instructed to, this could have major problems. Or even mixing up medications could also be toxic to the body. Driving, decrements in processing speed might make the person unable to respond to something quickly, like a child running across the street chasing a ball. So while these overlearned activities like driving can be so ingrained and a person is very resistant to want to let it go, even though the person can still park the car and can still drive and does know the rules of the road, something like a small reduction in processing speed, which we would assess statistically on a graph, comparing other people who are performing tasks at processing speed. If you are below low average in the impaired range, then that would be something concerning that we need to look at. So these are activities of daily living. We want to separate them into independent versus basic. And this will be important to know as you're reading a neuropsychology report or a report from another medical provider. So if the person struggles in these areas, a physician may have concerns about the person's ability to live safely on their own, and then they will recommend services to help fulfill or satisfy the areas of need, such as a caregiver or someone to come home with the person, help them maybe a few times a week, maybe every day, or something maybe more advanced like 24/7 care, in-home support specialist, nurse, family caregiver, all are different options. But when you're reading the reports, basic activities of daily living are the bottom ones: eating, dressing, bathing, toileting. And a little more higher level are the more independent living skills, such as independent activities of daily living, IADLS. So without getting too lost in the jargon, those are functional living skills and activities. Thank you.